In this video, I'll show you how to open an image in Photoshop, resize it, and then place it on an Illustrator artboard. First, I'm going to go to File, Open, go to wherever you saved your image. Mine is right here. And you say Open, have this lovely original image, and I am first going to go to Image and then go down to Image Size. And it looks like this is about right. I want my width, my height to be 11, 8.5, or 8.5 and 11, and I'll show you how to resize that with a crop tool in a moment, although most of you know how to do that. I want my resolution to be at 300 pixels per inch so that this will be approximately the same size as an Illustrator artboard, so I can just place it on there without doing much manipulation once I get into Illustrator. I'm going to say OK. If I wanted to crop this, I would press the crop tool here. I would type 11, 8.5 up here. If I don't type a suffix, so for example, I don't have to type IN, the computer, if I just type in a number, will automatically assume that I mean inches. If I want to switch these two dimensions, I press this arrow key in the middle, but I want to crop like this. I could crop it a little bit more if I wanted to, for example here, and I would double click, and then my crop is saved. I'm just going to double check. I'm going to go image size, 10.5 by 8.25. That's not what I want, so I'm going to type in 11 and 8.5. So if you crop it and then you go back into image in Adobe CS6, or CC rather, they've changed the crop a little bit. So you might just need to go in and change your dimensions, but as long as you typed in 11 and 8.5 for your cropping, it should be the same proportion, so you should be fine. So I'm going to say OK. I'm going to say File, Save. And then I'm going to open up Illustrator. So I have Illustrator running here. Sometimes when we have the two programs running together, it goes a little bit slowly. So I'm just going to exit out of Photoshop because I know I don't need it anymore for this demonstration. I'm going to go into Illustrator and I'm going to say File and I'm going to say New. And here we see that the document size that I last used was a letter. If yours isn't a letter, go down to letter. So that's just the size of a normal sheet of printer paper. The width and the height, width 8.5, height 11, so that means that the height is taller than it is wide. But if we remember, our picture was wider than it was tall. It was a landscape orientation, so I'm just going to change that over here so that my picture will fit onto my Illustrator layer. And we don't need to do anything with the bleed right now, and although you can't see it, the default pixels, well, or rather, Illustrator's a vector program, but kind of the default, if you're importing something from Photoshop into it, is 300 pixels per inch. So that's why we resize in Photoshop to 300. I'm going to say OK. Now I have my whiteboard. I see my layers right here. And I'm going to say File, Place. I'm going to find my example. Where is it? I'm going to go to Class, Design Digital Art 2, Illustrator and InDesign, Digital Drawing, Resources. I had Demo 2. So I'm going to say Place, and then you see a little thumbnail of my picture. I'm going to place it to the edge right here, and it should kind of light up or say intersect. I'm going to click right there, and as you can see, this fits almost perfectly onto my board. So I'm going to say File, Save As, and I'm going to say Pair Example, and that is how you say OK. Import an image, resize an image rather, in Photoshop, and then import it into Illustrator. My next demonstration, I'll show you how to digitally trace over the lines shown in your photograph in many different ways.